Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got Ground Zero open source project Oreo for the OnePlus 3. Now this is probably the granddaddy of two ROMs which I know of, which is the Valesco ROM and also the Linux OS. So let's get started. So guys, Ground Zero ROM is the brainchild of Ground Zero ROM project. Ground Zero project or Ground Zero team has been one of the pioneers of Oreo ROM, at least on our device, and I really do appreciate that. So let's get started. Now first of all, what you would see here is the launcher, and this is a no-nonsense launcher. There isn't a settings menu even with this one, and also the stock applications which you get with this ROM are minimal and they are basic. So that's just how the ROM is, and that will give you the indication on what all stuff is available. Now let's go to the system in the about phone page. In the about phone page you can see GZOSP, that is Ground Zero open source project. This is on Android Oreo, so that is 8.0. October patches. The kernel is Shim kernel, which is the latest kernel from the developer Jarvis. I'm not entirely sure, but it is a great kernel. It works out really well. As you can see, this is 8.0 and it is also beta, so keep that in mind throughout the review because this is still beta. There might be issues, but that is just how the nature of things is in Oreo for now. SNS is permissive, so that's just one thing which you need to keep in mind. That is it in the about phone page. Now this ROM in particular is a no frills, no nonsense ROM, which is just the basic Oreo for those who want the basic stuff. It doesn't have features like Valesco or any of other ROM, and it's just a basic ROM where you can get the basic stuff done. It is great as a stable ROM, it is good as a daily driver, it should work out really well. So there aren't many features. I'll just go through all this basic stuff, which is something which you will find in any other Oreo ROM also. You have network activities, all of that is available. Battery settings is available, battery saving is available, and battery percentage can be enabled or disabled. Display options, there is nightlight which you can customize. Font and display size enabler are available. There is a network name enabler which will enable the network name on your status bar, which you can customize. Ambient display is available and that does work out. There is a themer which will enable pixel theme or stock theme. I am using pixel theme because I just want that. You can also enable the stock theme, which is a green rather than blue. Security options, it does have Google Play Protect and also all of these options. Now screen lock and all is available. Screen off gestures are available, and these are the ones which are working, and that does work out really well. Let's just try something out. Okay, I have selected circle for flashlight. I will draw a circle, and yeah, it has opened up. So yeah, it does work out, but it is a very crude implementation. Every time it does not get registered, so you might have to keep that in mind when using it. Notification slider options are available and that does work out really well. That's something there. System options, you do have system UI tuner where you can enable brightness quick setting tile, so you can customize if you have the toggle and also the slider. Also in the quick setting tiles you can customize and enable all of these options, which I have enabled. There is no tile selector like in Valesco, which I would have liked previously, so that's something there. Ambient display you can turn on always on. Status bar options are available where you can customize what all is available. Navigation bar can be enabled, so you can have that. Lost in options are available where you can have left or right shortcut which can be enabled. So that much is it in the settings menu, and that is what this ROM is. It's a very basic ROM, at least in terms of features and the usability of the ROM. I guess we can start grading the ROM then. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 for features because it is a basic ROM with basic features which you would find in an Oreo ROM, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Many people would like to have that, so 5 out of 10 for features. Now the battery life. The battery life has been, for the first time, I'm getting a pretty acceptable level of battery life with this ROM. The active drain is about 17 to 18%, which is normal. I can accept that, and also the active drain right now it is showing much higher, but the active drain was about 18 to 19%. The idle drain was about 1.8 to 2%, which is still acceptable, which is still better than most Oreo ROMs which I'm getting. I'm really happy with the battery life, but still there is room for improvement. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for battery life. Now the performance of the ROM. The performance has been pretty okay. I have played a few games with it, works out really well. The score which I got with Antutu benchmark right now, it is probably my 4th or 5th one, 128,389. The average was about 132,000, which is pretty respectable for this ROM. Anything over 130,000, I'm gonna give it a normal score. So you're gonna get a 6 out of 10. Now the stability of the ROM, and there is the first thorn in this ROM. While using this ROM, I did have few issues where the screen just froze up, just as what I had with Valesco. So that is another thing which was there. Also, while enabling and disabling this one, I had an issue where I disabled LTE here and then I couldn't enable it back until I restarted the phone. That was another thing which I had issue with. That also caused a freeze issue, and these are small things here and there, very rarely occurring, but it still occurred to me, so I can't really blame anything else. So that's something there. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 for stability, because it's still beta, and yes, you need to keep that in mind. It is still beta. Everything should work out really well, but there are these chinks in it that will cause a little bit of problems. If you need to know, GPS works out really well, all the other sensors work out really well, so that's one thing. Now the camera with this ROM is the basic camera application which comes with this. Nothing special going on. It works, it takes photographs, but I don't use this camera though. I use Google camera. It has been working really well for me. I didn't have any issues. I am using the same settings which is given in the forum, so you can use that. It should work out really well. Even lens blur works out with the Moto Pixel 2 XL. All of this, it works out. There is no issue. I have been taking a few photos with this one, and I've had no issues in that regard. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because it is a very good normal camera. Now comes the aesthetics of the ROM. Now I've already mentioned this in my other Oreo reviews. I like Oreo aesthetic right now, so I don't really want to change it right now. So I'm gonna give it at least a good mark. But it also comes with themes, and also it has OMS support, so you don't need to worry about that. So it does work out really well. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because it is still a good themable ROM. Now comes the overall experience, and coming from me, it might be strange because I am a huge fan of Resurrection Remix, which is like the kitchen sink of ROM. It has everything in it. This one is the exact opposite of it. It doesn't really have any extra features, but I liked using this ROM. That might be strange because I don't really take pleasure in using a very box stock ROM for an extended period of time. I didn't mind using this ROM, and that is very strange for me at least. So that is there, and take it for what you will. I really like this ROM. I have been using this. VoLTE is working. I didn't have any issues with that. Wi-Fi is working. Everything basic is working for someone who wants to use that. And for some reason I wasn't able to get TES, which if you don't know is an application. Google that if you don't know that. I wasn't able to get TES working on my previous ROMs, but this ROM I've been using TES, and that has been working really well. Anyways, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for overall experience. Now let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty neat. So here is the boot animation for GZOSP, and it's a basic one. It is still pretty cool. It's very basic. It tells you what it is, and that's pretty much it. So I guess that much is it about the ROM then. In a nutshell, I actually liked using this ROM. Even though it doesn't really have a lot of features, I kind of liked it. It has been really good for me. I wouldn't mind using it, but still my inner demon which says more features is coming back alive, and I have to change the ROM right now. So that's just how it is. So yeah, the final score is gonna be about 5.86. That is going to translate to 5.8, and that might look like a very low score, but do keep in mind this is Oreo. This is the first generation product. It is still in beta, so don't think too much into the score. If you want to use this, just use it and experience Oreo if you want to. And it doesn't have the encryption problem. ABLT works out. There is no usability related issues with these ROMs, so you can just use it. If you don't like it, go back to other ROMs, and that is pretty cool deal. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROMs, and hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.